I mean, the OSHA basis is very, very small. Look, I think Katie alluded to this. The problem, again, this is karma coming back. In 2020, Joe Biden politicized COVID. You know, he promised that he would be the guy that shut it down. He wouldn't use mandates. President Trump shouldn't be president because there had been 220,000 deaths. The travel ban was basically racist, aimed at black and brown people. Now he's reversed himself on all these things. There's 350,000 deaths. So he's paying a price for this. And the worst thing of all is that none of it seems to be working.
What if you could grab the best career opportunities in cloud computing today? Welcome to our postgraduate program in cloud computing in collaboration with Caltech CTME, where you not only become proficient in the AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud environments, but gain practical skills and knowledge on them from today's leading practitioners. And at the end of this 12-month bootcamp, you get postgraduate certification, the Caltech CTME Circle membership, and multiple projects that you can showcase to top cloud computing employers anywhere in the world. Are you ready to succeed? Enroll now.
Sophie, those smell delicious. Bluehost makes it easy to build a spicy WordPress website with endless design freedom. Talk about that. Build beyond boundaries at Bluehost.
The headline is that the Seattle Seahawks, through 12 weeks of an NFL season, have won only 3 games. Longest regular season ever for the Seattle Seahawks has just gotten figuratively longer. And I said this a couple weeks ago, I don't know the way out of this. The way out of this is Russ finding DK and Russ finding Lockett, and only 9 targets between them last night. Lockett had a night. He was almost on a 100-yard receiver, but 1 catch for 13 yards for number 14 in your program, number 1 on the guy that is circled by every defensive coordinator out there. DK Metcalf is just unacceptable. Unacceptable. And the way out of this was supposed to be Russ coming back early from surgery. Problem is, they haven't won since Russ has come back from surgery. That's 3 straight losses since Russ has come back from surgery. And the offense is regressing. Regressing. They had the fewest snaps they've had all season in a game last night, which set the record for them in 2021 that they had set in the previous week. They're getting fewer and fewer snaps on offense. They can't run the football. They can't run it, so that you can't play action it if you can't run it. And if your play action game is the most lethal part of your passing game, then everyone's going to circle number 14 and say, we're not letting him beat us. Again, I'm not an all-22 maven, but it doesn't really take much to notice all that. And then if Russ is missing throws, which he did on occasion last night, that's just going to crush you. And 5 straight 3-and-outs in the second half last night. And the Washington football team couldn't put much together themselves. And they lost their place kicker. And they thus had to go for 2, and they went for 2 and broke up a streak of 12 consecutive failed 2-point conversion attempts. So they would never have gone for 2 if they hadn't lost their kicker. And they went for 2. They finally broke up that streak. And then the Seahawks needed a 2 at the end of the game because of it to force overtime. And I couldn't believe this. It was their first 2-point conversion attempt of the season. Just showed you just how offensively empty this season has been for Seattle. And this is the problem moving forward, short-term and long-term. Because in the short term, they're 3-8. And sure, that's only 2 games behind the playoff spot, but the rest of the NFC between spot 7, which the Washington football team now holds, and spot 15, which is what the Seahawks now hold at 3-8. They're not even on our screen sniffing it because there's so many teams sniffing it, 7 of them, because those 7 teams are within 1 game of the Washington football team. We can't fit the Seahawks on the screen. The only team below them are the winless Lions. So short term, even if somehow, some way they find a running game to unlock the passing game and they go on a run, they're going to have to leapfrog half of the conference to get to the spot that they need to get to, and their best shot at that would be to somehow have enough tie breaks go their way that a 9-8 record would be good enough to make the playoffs. Because that's what it's going to have to be. How's that going to happen? And then there's the long term. Russ was talking about during the non-playing season, lack of protection. Bunch of Washington football team players not named Chase Young because he's out wearing his lap last night. Then a couple times, I guess, I don't know, it was just rattling. One time he took a sack with 2 minutes to go. I don't know what he's doing. Just throw the ball away on first down, make it 2nd and 10 instead it was 2nd and forever. But guess what? He still scored that touchdown, didn't he? So it's in there, I guess. Maybe you play fast. I have no idea. Again, I'm not an all-22 maven, but I just see what I see. And I see that the lack of protection's still there. The offense has totally regressed with the offensive coordinator Shane Waldron being there. And I know that Pete Carroll came on our show in the summer and bristled at the notion of let Russ cook, because that means he was the one who was turning down the heat in the kitchen or kicking him out of the kitchen. And of course he wants to have Russ cook. That's the way that he wins a Super Bowl. He knows it. So you have to wonder if Russ is looking around saying, hey, out. I got to get out of here. Because the first round selection for the Seattle Seahawks belongs to the Jets in the Jamal Adams trade from a couple years ago. And the Jets pick from Seattle is only one worse than the current pick that the Jets are earning for themselves. If the Jets keep winning, the pick from Seattle could be worse. I mean, it could be better for them is what I'm saying. It could be higher. And guess what? The Jets are in one of those weird positions of being able to keep winning and not have to worry about the draft position. Which is another reason why my world's just turned totally upside down these days. Kind of crazy. Jets.
We want to give 2.0 to every seller. If you're a small seller, you're going to pay nothing. And it's pay as you grow. We want to partner with you to grow your business. We don't want to charge you anything until you reach a certain threshold.
White supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy. They think if they say it enough, they'll get a pat on the back from Black Lives Matter. Everything is white supremacy.
When you have the kind of voter suppression that we've seen all across the country, which is really just about white supremacy.
All of them, the whole time, totally irresponsible, inflaming racial tensions to push a political agenda.
Is the new Republican America First Caucus just a fancied up name for white supremacy?
I don't know, Brian Williams, is it? Is it anything that you don't like that's white supremacy now? Just like anything you don't agree with is misinformation, the destructive, divisive grift of these white allies of the woke left, these race hustlers, is tearing our country apart. And if they had the slightest decency or sense of moral responsibility, they'd stand up to the activists and extremists on their own side, but they won't because they're cowards. Joining me now with reaction, the co-founder of Speak Georgia, conservative commentator Janelle King, and political analyst Malik Abdul. Janelle, it's just been so infuriating to watch these people who claim to be about racial justice using all this, using these trials to inflame racial division and tensions, exactly the opposite of what we should be seeing happen in this country.
Yes, absolutely. And this case wasn't about racial justice. It was about justice, period, and justice for everyone. But the interesting thing is that I have watched the Democratic Party use the weapon of racism to try to move masses of people over and over and over again. And it's just sinister in the very sense of the word, because you take the most hurtful part of our country's past and you continue to bring it up over and over and over again at moments when it's not even justified in order to try to manipulate the masses. And this case was no exception at all. This case had nothing to do with race, nothing to do with racism. It was simply a young boy who was in a situation where he defended himself. And that's just it. If it wasn't for the fact that the narrative outweighed or the narrative was able to drive the whole story before the trial even started, we wouldn't be talking about this. And that is our issue, and that is the main problem, is that we allow the narrative to be created and formed by these race hustlers and gatekeepers, rather than sitting and waiting for facts and listening to the actual situation and what happened.
Exactly. So well put, Janelle. Malik, the sinister aspect of what we saw, what Janelle was talking about there, was so highlighted by the way that, these trials, with Rittenhouse, that was the wrong result because it didn't fit the narrative. But in the Georgia case, just this past week, that's the right result, obviously. It's not about justice, it's about their narrative.
Yeah, so what the Democratic Party and the media at large, they're really afraid of people like me, someone who left the Democratic Party in 2016 and supported Donald Trump, in large part because I was tired of this game that Democrats play all the time. You played an entire montage of what I actually call the for-profit race hustling industry. And it wasn't just the people, our liberal white friends, who were actually out there doing that. If you listen to the actual president of the NAACP, he compared the Rittenhouse trial to the Emmett Till trial and said that the Emmett Till trial was actually worse than the Rittenhouse trial. This is what the for-profit race industry does. And we know the horrors of our country. Yes, we are dealing now with the vestiges of racism. But the thing is that we have come so far, and what the Democratic Party and the people on the left and the media narrative, they want to keep this narrative of victim.
Oh, Lord. Oh. Oh.
Hello?
Hello, Angela?
You outside?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta come right now.
Okay, I'm pulling to your front now.
Huh?
I'm pulling to your door, to your gate now.
Okay.
Okay. I'll see you. Angela, stay blessed, sis. Okay, have a good one.
Hello, Pastor.
Yeah, I just dropped Angela and Norman. You said Grandma knows I'm on my way?
I will try calling. She usually doesn't answer the phone. Sister Patient, the princess has hung up already. Can you call her? Tell her to tell Grandma that Pastor is on his way to pick up his niece. Thank you. That the patient would tell them because she doesn't answer phone.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Okay.
And that's where they want to keep black people at the bottom end of that scale to make us constantly feel that we are in a state of oppression against the evil white man who's around the corner, ready to just do us some dirty justice. And keep in mind, it isn't just our white, this isn't just white people. This is actually reserved for white conservatives, not their white liberal friends like Joe Biden, who goes around telling black people that unless you support him, then you ain't black. That's what the Democratic Party is, and we're tired of it. It is disgusting.
It's so amazing you just said that, because I was literally about to take almost word for word how you ended there and put it straight over to Janelle and say you come on Fox News and you say what you do, and that's what they accuse you of, right?
Oh, absolutely. You know, like Malik said, we are the biggest threat to the Democratic Party because we can't be told lies and all these stories around our community and what our community has gone through. We know. And the thing about it is, at the end of the day, we have to remember that the left is a group of people who claim that they're fighting for justice for all. But it's not justice for all. It's justice for those who believe like them and those who act like them. Because if you want to say justice for all, we don't have to march for that. We don't have to fight that. We don't have to riot for that. You know why? Because we already have it. It's called the Constitution. It allows equal rights for each and every one of us. And that is what we all can get behind as Americans.
Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Am I going to get a job with SB Academy?
Yes, you will if you graduate the program.
Wait, program?
Yeah, so we have programs that start every month, and it's a combination of skills and mentorship and very specific hands-on training.
I saw an ad.
I don't know what your topic is tonight, but I guess.
How old are you?
Guess.
Guess these nuts. How many children do you have?
3. And 3 baby daddies, and they all gang bang.
So what do you want as an outcome?
I want somebody that's loyal. It's really hard to find loyalty nowadays. You really can't find it at the next corner or none of that. Like these men now.
Hold on. Loyal to what end? Like a husband? What are you talking about?
I want a husband. I want to get married.
What do you do for a living?
Nothing.
I get EDD. Is that, I mean,
I don't know what that is.
unemployment.
Unemployed mother of 3 with 3 baby daddies. You talking about you can't find a man?
Yes. It's I'm pretty sure God, I want somebody that's going to help me. Like, you don't think that I could get that?
It's called Jesus.
You don't think that I can get somebody to help me? You don't think a man is going to love me?
It's called Jesus.
I'm not afraid to mother a child, but I'm afraid to fail as a wife. And
Thank you. Thank you for being honest.
It's
It is far easier to fail as a girlfriend, but I don't want that stigma of being a divorcee, because why?
either one is worse than the other. I think they're actually, let me stop myself from saying that. I do think that being a baby mother is worse than being an ex-wife, but
You said I could mother a child, but I wouldn't want to fail as a marriage. I'm gonna say something. This may be hard to hear. Just because you can feed a child, clothe a child, and maintain a child, that you can raise a child. So many women think that's being a mother. That's not. That's the maintenance of a child. Women, especially in our community, hate being bored more than anything else, and marriage looks boring. If that's not you, fine. I wasn't speaking to you. I'm speaking about women in general.
yeah, I was going to say, because that's giving me real Justin LaBoy vibes right now.
I don't know who that is. Is he older than I?
No, he's absolutely not, sir. You're definitely way wiser.
You said you weren't even a Christian. Pray to who?
Pray to God and my ancestors and everybody. And
Hold on, but you're not a Christian. Which
don't
God?
have to
No, stop. I asked if you were a Christian, you said no. So pray to who?
God, spirit.
Which God? Which God?
The universe, the whole collective that we are, that we exist in.
Flip it, put it on World Star. Are you serious?
Oh,
Your
I
ultimate,
get it.
I know
I get it.
you are. I know it. That's scary. That is tremendously scary.
Well, I have my mother is praying for me, my Christian mother and grandmother, and all the Christian women and men that came before me and my family. They have all covered me with their Christian love.
Jesus Christ, we have failed. Women are rushing to OnlyFans thinking that it's the new .com, the new real estate, and they're realizing that there is no sustainable way to project this out for over 5 years. So, carry your cell phone, and when OnlyFans stops, Subway will be hiring.
Oh my God, Mike.
The news today. You see what I said. Shout out to you OnlyFans girls down there in Miami. I told you. When OnlyFans is done, Subway will be hiring. Hope you got your application. And here's your pen. I got a pen for you. Carry your ass down to Subway and fill out an application, because in October, the adult content is a wrap. I said it, and that's what came to pass. So all these new entrepreneurs on OnlyFans, I tried to told you, you didn't want to hurt your godfather. Fuck you, nigga. Is that the best you got? Now tell your mama I'll be by a little bit later on. But you need to have your ass in bed, okay? You tell your mama I'll be by a little bit later on, but you need to have your ass in bed. Because now I have your IP address. Because when you signed in, you have to go through an IP register, even though so let's go ahead and put your IP address and your content on screen. Don't want to see it? Here we go. Let's put him up here. Oh, he ran. Oh, it wasn't that serious, was it? Look. Oh, his mama must have came and put him in bed. His mama put him in bed. Oh, I told you to get off that phone messing with that man. He gonna be by here in an hour, and I need to get ready. Put him to bed. I told you I'll put these little boys to bed.
In my 30s, without a husband, and just really angry at her for the lack of education, lack of grooming, and it's really hard to find a partner, and it's really hard to date in this time and age in Mexico. And she's just being left. I live with her, and I pay 90% of the bills, and she's just starstruck by seeing me struggle so much, and she can't say anything. And I'm finding myself very angry at her.
You have every right to be angry. Your mother chose her life, chose her path. One of the things that nobody's ever tells us is we're not obligated to our families like this. I'm going to say that to other women. A lot of you ladies are going to have to realize this. Many of you are going to be put into this very position to where you did not get what you needed early on, so you could be available for your mother later on. You let him come in there and alpha the shit out of him, just messed up your entire situation. And after he pissed off, after he shit on your entire situation, he left you over there busted by yourself. And you deserve where you are.
I accept that.
And I wasn't saying it to be mean, man, but I'm saying the victim in all this was your husband.
Yeah, he was.
But you didn't see it that way when I first said it. It was like, well, everybody deserves a second chance. Ma'am, you had 11 million. You have a son. Your husband was somebody's son.
Yeah.
Imagine if somebody put your son through that.
Oh.
See, you don't humanize us. Y'all don't humanize us. We're just there. But when I go and make it personal, then it's like, oh shit.
Bring your business online and start selling with Shopify, the e-commerce platform that's trusted by over 1 million businesses worldwide. Build your online store without any coding or design experience. Reach more customers with Shopify's social media and marketplace integrations. Instantly accept all major payment methods. Grow your business online with powerful tools that help you find customers, drive sales, and manage your day-to-day, starting at $29 per month. Go to Shopify.com and start your free trial today.
How many children do you have?
3. And 3 baby daddies, and they all gangbang.
So what do you want as an outcome?
I want somebody that's loyal. It's really hard to find loyalty nowadays. You really can't find it at the next corner or none of that. Like these men now.
Hold on. Loyal to what end? Like a husband? What are you talking about?
I want a husband. I want to get married.
What do you do for a living?
I get EDD. Is that, I
don't know what that is.
Unemployment.
Unemployed mother of 3 with 3 baby daddies. You talking about you can't find a man?
Yes. I'm pretty sure God, I want somebody that's going to help me. Jesus. Like, you don't think that I could get that?
It's called Jesus.
You don't think that I can get somebody to help me? You don't think a man is going to let me?
It's called Jesus.
Would you consider yourself to be average, above average, mediocre, below average?
Okay, average. Please.
No, right now.
You're going to roast
Yes.
You're going to fry you. What's the average?
Right now, at where I'm at right now, I would say average. Because I'm not working.
I need you to understand something. You're 28. 28 with 2 children, and one of us an infant, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're 5'5", almost 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
If that ain't below average, I don't know what is. And you call it average. Where in the world is a woman 5'5" and almost 300 pounds with 2 children and unmarried?
He ain't lying.
Anything about average?
You're talking about physicality, though.
No, I'm
Like-
yes, because yes, I am. That's right.
What's up, world? What's up, America? There's a delay. Can you see that? There's like the delay.
Don't you come in here doing that shit.
What'd I do?
Acting a goddamn fool.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me fix my camera.
Don't you fix your attitude? How you gonna come in here talking like that?
I was happy. I'm happy that you had me on. Look.
That just no. That's how old are you?
Kevin, you act like you've never been.
How old are you?
I'll be 40 in November.
All right. Ma'am, this show is seen by hundreds of thousands of people.
Right?
You're representing the image of black women when you come in here.
Absolutely.
And you're 40? For life. You go back to your manifesting hope and faith. That's not an insult. One of us is living life on purpose and another one is reduced to hope and manifestation because you don't want to do it the way it's supposed to be done. Well, go invest hope in the bank. Go try to use that to pay for groceries. Go try to pay for anything with hope and see what happens. Do you have a checking account?
Yes.
Do you just put your checking account out or write a check or use your check card and just hope there's money in there?
No. I have faith that I'm going to get the bag and I'm going to put it in my account.
What the fuck is a bag? You're broke. Listen to this. This is, I want you to listen. It's crazy talk. A bag when you don't even know what a basic residence setup is. You are so far from talking about a bag. You need a job. You need an education.